This is Respectfully Outrageous with Nathan and Ben.
Today we're talking about the Vikings and Packers quarterback situation, as well as Week 7 game picks.
Hope you enjoy. So in Week 6 last week, we saw the Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers go down with a broken collarbone. Later we'll talk about the Vikings' quarterback situation as well. What do you think about the Packers situation at quarterback?
It's bad. It's bad. Not that Hundley can't play, but if you lose your emotional leader, your rock, and your best player offensively, it really limits how big of a playbook you can use. And I don't think Green Bay can trade for anybody because there's nobody healthy that you can go trade for.
I mean, really. Well, and that just to say that you don't want to give up anything either. They don't have much to give up. It's either
No, they don't.
like Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb,
You can't get those
Devontae
guys.
Adams, and you need those guys, especially if you want to have any chance this season to make an impact.
Their season's done basically. I don't really care what Mike McCarthy says. Their season's done. I mean, if you look at the division, the way the Vikings are playing,
Even the Lions and the Bears, they're squeaking out wins. It's just
the Bears are not a threat to anybody. Let's just
they're
not a threat. They're
I
just
understand, but maybe they can knock off the Packers in one game at home without Rodgers, because
Do you know how much they hate each other?
I understand.
They will Green Bay will find a way not to lose to Chicago. They'll find a way. I don't care. Brett Hundley might have a 500-yard game against the Bears. I mean, who on the Bears secondary is going to step up?
Fair point.
Leonard Floyd's going to play 5 positions now. You line up a defensive tackle like Cam Irving. It's not going to work. So really, Green Bay is basically just on autopilot. Basically, try to have the season some respectable. Figure out what your rookies can do, and hope that you can get your defense fixed, because your offense is not going to be prolific this year. So let's see what that defense can get better with. Let's see what we can get out of Kevin King, and see like that. But maybe put in Joe Callahan. But I don't know. Maybe run the ball more with Ty Montgomery.
Yeah.
But honestly, for Green Bay, looking at their schedule, they're not going to lose the rest of the games this season. They're going to win some of them. But I'm not going to say that they're not going to make the playoffs because it's the Packers. But
Mike McCarthy is not a bad coach.
He's not a bad coach, but as of Packers fan standards, which are basically another Super Bowl championship every single season,
Yeah.
or losing to Seattle in the NFC Championship game, I could see him getting into the wild card round I could see him sneaking into the wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division, though.
Interesting. Who do you think's going to win? That's not a question, but do you think they'll get a wild card?
Yeah. Okay.
Second to either Detroit or Minnesota.
Okay, I'll answer the question because you asked it. I really have a hard time seeing Case Keenum being the division leader. I really don't want to see that because it's just boring to watch.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't have to answer. It's just a thought.
I'll say Detroit and pencil that in.
Okay.
But yeah, I just hope Aaron Rodgers gets better. And we're really gonna see what Jordy Nelson can do without their quarterbacks, because it was the year before last year that Jordy Nelson went down and Aaron Rodgers stepped up. Mm-hmm. Without Jordy Nelson, they played really.
Now we can see
what the receivers are really made of without the quarterbacks, and we'll see what Ty Montgomery can do.
So my thoughts on the situation, I personally think the Packers really have no chance at going deep into the playoffs at all anymore. Brett Hundley looked good in the preseason. I think he's a good quarterback. He's a great backup, but I don't think he's good enough to step in this quickly and turn the ship around, because right now it's sinking fast.
Yeah.
I was watching the game. And I heard, I don't know, maybe it was Troy Aikman or one of the broadcasters say, him going down, Aaron Rodgers, that is, him going down really revealed what the problem is with the Green Bay Packers, and that is their defense. Because, Aaron Rodgers is good enough to erase, the 30 points that other teams are putting up. which you're not going to get anymore from Brett Hundley.
Right.
So the defense really needs to step up if the Packers really want a chance to, actually, win the division or get a wild card spot. I don't think they can win the division at this point, but if they really want to try, I think they got to, they got to improve their defense. And something, I don't know if you want to at this point tank the season and try and, get a good draft pick, because honestly, I don't know how effective that is at this point.
Should tanking, this is kind of a side note, but should tanking even be a thing?
I know, but
I mean, the Browns are the masters of tanking seasons. But I think the Green Bay is too good to tank a season. Like, they're good enough to win enough games that they're not going to go anywhere. But they're going to be in, 7th or, 8th. What was Carolina like 8th, basically?
Yeah.
And they got McCaffrey, which is not a bad player. I'm not hating on McCaffrey at all. But that's not really a successful tanking of a season. And at 8th pick, looking at the draft, who are they going to go get? Because you have the safeties position.
Yeah.
I mean, middle linebacker, maybe. You got a defensive tackle. So, they've upgraded these positions, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, I agree. And that's one thing to consider.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you how to run the team.
Definitely not going to do that.
Because, honestly, it's quite a mess. But I think you go with Hundley at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's your best shot at, winning some games. And, honestly, the Packers have lost all hope of Super Bowl, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
And the Packers haven't had a really solid running game enough where they can, put in, like Dak Prescott last year, they just put him in. And, Zeke's good. And it just happened, he fit the mold.
Yeah.
I think them putting Brett Hundley in, there is no mold. He has to
I kind of think that they're going to simplify the playbook a little bit.
Oh, no, for sure they will.
I think they're going to go back more to
that's what I'm saying. They have to make a bunch of changes.
Right.
Because you have Aaron Rodgers who can, get you back into these games where you're down 20 points. You look at
I'm
the
not going
Cowboys.
to hate on Rodgers, but is it his fault that they go down 20 points? You miss a third
I
down
don't know.
throw, their defense
I
gets a
understand
touchdown,
that.
and then you're down
but
7.
Brett Hundley doesn't have, the ability to get you back in those close games.
Right.
Which I think Green Bay can contest a lot of games.
Yeah.
Make some teams run for their money, but at this point, I
kind of think it's like Chicago a little bit, where kind of going back to Jay Cutler, if they had the lead or they were close, they could be fine because they could run the ball, control the clock.
Yeah.
And Brett Hundley's probably a better runner than Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah.
Not escaping the football.
Well, and he's younger. He's got fresh legs.
Not escaping the pocket and chucking it 60 really quickly. But, maybe they could do more read options, stuff like that with Hundley, because he looks like athlete-wise, he looks
I
like
think the play action will be a huge play call for the Green Bay Packers going forward. Any last thoughts on that one? No. So now we'll talk about the Vikings. Looking at the Vikings quarterback situation specifically, I know you think there's a lot of problems with Vikings.
There are. First off, yellow, it does not look good. Just doesn't.
Anyway, what I'm saying is we have Case Keenum starting right now for the Vikings.
Ugh.
Sam Bradford, we have no idea what his timetable is or what is going on. He's injured. That's all we know. Really.
Honestly, do we care?
We will get to that. I'm setting up the situation for you.
Should Vikings fans even care if he comes back? Honestly,
No. I'm going to answer the question.
Let me finish on Sam Bradford.
No.
Okay, they don't even care.
You will get your chance.
No, let me finish.
No.
They don't care because he's a stopgap measure. He's only supposed to be there because of what happened to Bridgewater. They only traded for him because of the Eagles, because Bridgewater happened. So if Bridgewater comes back, it won't matter. He'll get cut. It doesn't matter.
Okay, the question is, what do you do with Keenum? What do you do with Bradford? And what do you do with Bridgewater? Go.
Well, first, you know what you do with Keenum? You sit back and wait. You wait till Bridgewater is healthy. You wait till he is back to himself, and then you cut Sam You cut Sam Bradford. He can throw. He can light it up with the best of them. He just can't stay on the field. It's like RG3. He can't stay on the field. He's a nice guy, but he can't play. Keenum, after the season, you release him. You go look in the draft to find some other young quarterback that can kind of, fit the mold. Maybe if that's Trevon Boykin, he's not on the draft, but you can trade from the Seahawks. Someone to back him up, maybe AJ McCarron, if the Bengals will let him go. Something like that with the quarterback situation, because I believe Bridgewater is the Vikings guy. Sam Bradford definitely is not. You can't drive the ball downfield. You can't see him run. Not that running has to be a quality of quarterbacks, because Drew Brees has shown it's not. But Bridgewater, the fans love him. He's a great story. Put him in, and he had a whole season, almost a season to learn the playbook. So yeah, I think he's great. Now you get rid of Sam Bradford. You wasted some picks. He gave you some good games. Not the Eagles-Vikings game, but yeah, you get rid of him. Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen will continue to progress. Their running game with Dalvin Cook should bounce back next year. And right now, we're going to see what Latavius Murray really has. And Viking fans, I say, this season you could be in a playoff. You're going to win the division, be playing right away. Maybe you sneak out a win. That defense was pretty okay. I hate to say it, but they can maybe sneak out a win. They don't have Blair Walsh missing kicks anymore. They can maybe sneak out a win in a low-scoring contest if it's at home. You're not going to be playing the Super Bowl in your stadium. Neither will the Packers, so it's kind of a draw on that. But maybe when the Super Bowl is played in Atlanta in 2 years, you could potentially... No, it's 3 years. Potentially be contesting with that because you'll have a healthy quarterback. Your receivers are going to be better than they've been in a while, and that defense looks good. So Sam Bradford's a mess. Get rid of him.
So, Keenum, wait till the end of the season to really
absolutely.
do some moves with him.
Yeah.
Whether that's release or trade him. Are you saying release Bradford now or wait till the end of the season?
Right now, it would cost a ton of money because he's also injured. You'd have to
All right. You still have
some-
to pay him, and
You can't cut someone that's injured.
Okay.
Throw him on IR.
And then Teddy Bridgewater, you're saying eventually bring him back
Yeah,
to the starting
yeah.
position.
If he's healthy, that is. I mean, if he can never play again, then there's a whole egg in that little.
So I have to disagree with part of your argument.
Okay, I'd be bored if you didn't.
At this, I agree. I think Teddy Bridgewater's the man.
Cool.
I really think that the Vikings stand the best chance with Teddy Bridgewater because you know what, he can, from what we've seen, he can stay on the field. He's more mobile than Sam Bradford. I don't care if his deep ball's not the greatest because Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs have pretty good rack abilities.
Yeah.
Run after catch, that is. And I really think Teddy Bridgewater is the guy. On the other hand, I think they got to deal Sam Bradford away.
For what?
I'm saying you got to try and get him. You got to try and get something for him, because otherwise, you're just gonna cut him and you've wasted all that money. I personally think a team would go for him, but I think teams would be insane to go for him.
Okay.
I think there might be a team that'll go for him, but I don't want there to be a team that goes for him.
The CFL.
Whatever. I'm sorry, Vikings fans, but Sam Bradford is terrible. He is. Honest to God, he's terrible. Because people, I get really mad when people say this because Vikings fans are so narrow-minded. They forget that, Sam Bradford played for the St. Louis Rams.
Hey, he has a fantastic arm.
He has a okay arm. But he has a great completions percentage when he's throwing less than 5 yards. So, really.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think Sam Bradford's really had a good running game ever. We've seen him have Dalvin Cook for a little bit, but he's never really had a solid run game or a solid offensive line. So, I don't know what's in store for him in the future. Personally, I think he's not even that old.
How old is he? 30?
I want to say 30 or 31, but I don't know. But going back to the point where Vikings fans are so narrow-minded, they think, we got this quarterback. He's probably going to be good. Let's cheer for him. But then you realize that Sam Bradford's torn his ACL 2 or 3 times.
That's more than Thomas Davis.
That's bad.
It's he might be the most injury-prone Vikings player ever since Percy Harvin, which is saying a lot.
You don't want a quarterback that all of a sudden goes down and he's out for a year. Teddy Bridgewater, I feel terrible for him. There was a terrible injury. Apparently, he just, when it was going down and went down and did damage to his knee. Obviously, he's been out for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Since August of 2016.
That's a really long time.
That's a long time.
But it went fast, though.
It seemed fast, but I think Teddy Bridgewater's the man.
Yeah.
Case Keenum, on the other hand, I think Here's my thought. I think you play Case Keenum this season because you don't want to prematurely rush Bridgewater
Yeah.
back. And Dalvin Cook's injured; he's out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
So why not take this time, really develop Bridgewater,
Yeah.
and Dalvin Cook, get him used to the playbook, really get the chemistry going, and then next year you can come out of the gates running.
Yep.
Quite literally. And I think that's the best plan for the Vikings because the defense, you might lose Terrence Newman. Okay,
But honestly, he's 38 years old anyway.
yeah, so you lose one corner that you could probably replace, and he's okay.
Trap somebody else. There's plenty of players.
So the defense will stay relatively the same, which is good. And then you get Bridgewater and Cook back, and maybe you draft a wide receiver. Hopefully Laquan Treadwell pans out a little more.
Honestly, how long do we have to give this man to pan out?
I understand.
I mean,
Mike Zimmer's not a fan of rookie receivers or whatever, but
and honestly, it doesn't matter if he's a rookie receiver. He hasn't done anything, and I was so excited to see him come out of Ole Miss. He looked like Des Bryant. He was fast. He was strong. He could do everything. And then he was like Chad Kelly's guy, and now he's done nothing
yeah,
except that one-hander,
yeah,
which it's got gloves, and you hate gloves, but
yeah. So my recap: Case Keenum, I think you start him for the rest of the season. You try and ship Bradford out. If not, you release him, and then Bridgewater. I think you wait. You really make sure that he comes back fully healthy, and restart with Dalvin Cook because if he's cleared to practice,
yeah,
give him reps, have him play. I don't even know if you want to suit him up on game days,
actually, I think it would send a bad message if you suit him up.
and then don't play him.
If you suit him up and don't play him, it's going to mess with his psyche, which is a really hard thing to get back as a quarterback.
Yeah,
And if you suit him up and you don't play him, it could also influence Case Keenum's playing ability.
yeah, and just
And make him
Sam
play-
Bradford. Then he just it really disrupts
very
team
delicate,
chemistry. So I
issue.
think the team needs to be honest with Bridgewater. Be open, figure out what's the best option for the team at this point. Because for me, if I were controlling the Vikings, I'd wait.
Yeah.
Because at this point, what's their record? Are they 3-3, 4-2?
We'll look in our game picks and pick.
Yeah, we'll look at that and then we'll whatever. But the point is, I don't know if they can really get. They don't have Super Bowl depth at this point anymore.
No, they don't.
They maybe did at the beginning of this season, but they definitely can next year if they get everyone back healthy.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the best scenario for the
this is crazy, but it's respectfully outrageous, so I'm going to say it. If the situation in Indy doesn't improve, what are the odds of Andrew Luck leaving Indianapolis and looking at Minnesota?
Honestly, I don't think he's going to go to Minnesota. I think it's possible he goes to Minnesota because it's indoors. That's indoors.
He's got
that's
a
one thing.
defense. He's got kind of a running game. He's best he's had in a while.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that'd be a good fit
I honestly would.
for the Vikings organization. I don't know about Andrew Luck if you personally want to go there.
I don't want to see him in purple.
But I think he'll go to Arizona
Yeah.
with Carson Palmer, going out or whatever. Or maybe New England if
You really
Tom
think
Brady.
Tom Brady's going to leave? They're going to.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Garoppolo's going to stay and take over.
Yeah, no, he probably will. If they weren't willing to trade him away, that's probably what's going to happen.
Belichick's probably going, I might probably just going to take another 5th rounder and pull another Dak Prescott, Tom Brady little thing.
All right, so that's it for this segment. We will be going over our, week 7 now, game picks?
Game picks, yeah.
All right. All right, so welcome to our week 7 game picks now. After a rough week 6,
Don't want to talk about.
Ben is going to try and rebound this
We don't want to talk
week.
about that. We're not going to talk about that. Didn't happen. It was a mirage, okay?
I told you Pittsburgh was going to win.
I mean, if he would have got out of that nickel and put one 4
And I don't care. I told you they were going to feed Le'Veon Bell. And
They need to fire their Chiefs need to fire their defensive coordinator.
Okay. Anyway, week 7.
Move on.
Also, we will do the week 8 Thursday night game because
Otherwise, it gets skipped.
yeah. So we'll do that. We'll start getting into that rhythm. So first game, the second team I read is the home team.
Gotcha.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo. I just don't believe in Jameis Winston this year. I've given up. On the Bucks, I think the Bills at home, their defense has been good. I like Zay Jones, Buffalo.
All right. Ooh, Carolina Panthers and Chicago Bears.
Ew. This is Cam's game to win or lose. This is Cam's game to win or lose. I'm gonna go with Panthers. Trubisky's gonna come off. He's looking better. I like all that, but this is a defense, and I don't think that Jordan Howard's gonna have 135 yards again. So Panthers.
By the way, Gophers got a pick six.
Go
All right.
Gophers.
Yeah. Tennessee Titans and Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna have a tough time picking this one too.
Can we skip and come back on this one?
Okay, we'll come back. You gotta remind me though, I might forget.
Okay.
New Orleans and Green Bay Packers.
Go. If Aaron Rodgers was healthy, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, but he's not.
Ooh, I'm going with the Saints. And here's why. It's Drew Brees. And Mike McCarthy might be a good guy, and they're going to try to rally for him. But New Orleans' defense is no joke. So I'm going to say the Saints.
Which is surprising. I mean,
I'm going to take the Saints at a sloppy win.
Okay. I'll take that. Jacksonville Jaguars and Indianapolis Colts.
Jags. With no luck, I'm going to take Leonard Fournette. He does not have a touchdown over 60 yards, though. That's going to stop. It's going to stop.
Is it going to stop?
I don't know. It's the Jags. Take the Jags.
All right. Arizona Cardinals and the LA Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams simply because the Rams have played the Cardinals tough except for the last game. And they're usually the first meeting of the season, the Rams play the Cardinals tough. And it's technically a home game for the Rams. And the Rams play in London more than the Cardinals do. So I'm going to take the Rams. Because Todd Gurley and Jared Goff are going to kind of go off. And it's going to be a disastrous start for the Cardinals.
Could I go back to the Tennessee-Cleveland game?
I'm going to take the Titans, even though I really want to take the Browns in this one. I really do, because
It's like the Jets last week
it's
against
so tempting. Because Marcus Mariota's kind of hurt. Murray's got a hamstring issue. Same thing with Mariota. The Browns defense is coached by Greg Williams. There's upset potential. The Titans look good in a pretty sloppy win. It's so tempting, but the thing is, there's no quarterback guarantee for the Browns. Well, there's never been one in my life. But I'm taking the Titans. I'm going to take the Titans.
Okay.
But I'm going to regret that one. Ugh.
New York Jets and Miami Dolphins.
Remember when I said the Jets weren't going to be... I'm not going to pick the Jets all year. And the Jets never won a game without Quincy Enunwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back on that. I'm going to take that. I mean, it's Josh McCown and Jay Cutler. It's like bad salad and like stale bread. Yeah, I'm going to take the Jets.
Oh my gosh, you took the Jets.
It's Jay Cutler. I mean,
I know.
remember when I picked Miami over against New Orleans? It was 20-0. I'm taking the Jets.
Baltimore Ravens and Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to the Bears, man. They lost to the Bears.
By a field goal.
But it's Joe Flacco,
yeah,
so
I know.
just...
Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers.
I kind of want to gamble with this one.
Do it.
I mean...
Do what you want to do, bro.
I picked the Rams against the Cowboys. I'm playing this. I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm going to roll Dak Prescott here. Oh, man, is that tempting, though?
I know.
It's C.J. Beathard and the 49ers, Carlos Hyde. It is so tempting. But I'm going to take the Cowboys in a comeback late.
Okay. The Bengals and the Steelers.
Pittsburgh at home. They can't play worse than they did against Jags. It's Cincinnati. It's Andy Dalton. You know, Pittsburgh.
Denver Broncos and LA Chargers.
I'm going to take the Chargers. Even though I'm really going to... I almost regret saying that now. Ooh. Yeah.
You can switch.
I mean, That creates a bad narrative. Me switching on them, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Chargers. They're at home. They're looking better, and the Broncos are falling apart.
Yeah, that's fair. This one should probably be a gimme, but we don't know. Seahawks and Giants.
That Giants defensive line's no joke. Seattle and one that they'd win by a field goal. I mean, I kind of want to take the Giants, but I'm going to Seattle.
All right. Super Bowl 51 rematch. Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots.
Well, since the Falcons are wearing white, but it's not the Super Bowl. But they're at home and they've been good at home. So
New England's the other way, or New England's home.
Yeah. New England because Kyle Shanahan's out there. New England in a game. I'm gonna say New England barely though.
All right. Well, so last one of Week 7, then we'll go to the Week 8 Thursday. Washington Redskins and Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles. Why would...
Yeah. Okay. So this is the Week 8 Thursday night game. Miami Dolphins and Baltimore Ravens. What a terrible game.
Why are we doing this to people? Why does the NFL put bad teams on Thursday night?
Okay, no, week this Thursday wasn't bad. The Chiefs and Raiders, that was okay.
Actually, no, that wasn't bad. That was spectacular. That was better than most Golden Globe nomination wins for movies. That was brilliant.
Okay.
This, on the other hand, is utter rubbish. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm probably still be doing homework. But Dolphins and Ravens, you said correct?
Yep. In Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Okay. So that concludes your segment.
Yeah.
All right, my turn.
Okay.
Tampa Bay and Buffalo. I got to take the Bills. Even though Tyrod Taylor had an off week last week, I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's got good potential. And like you said, Jameis Winston, I give up. I haven't seen anything yet. And he also suffered that AC sprained joint in his throwing shoulder. I mean that's an issue. Doug Martin's back, which is good for the team. He's running the ball well, but I got to take Buffalo, and their defense has been mediocre. I mean,
Tampa Bay's or Buffalo's?
Buffalo. Like it's been good enough to win games.
Okay.
But not spectacular.
I haven't heard mediocre used as a compliment.
I mean, it has been bad in the past.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Carolina Panthers and Chicago Bears.
Why do I feel like you're going to take the Bears? I wrestled with it.
I am not going to take the Bears. I'm going to take the Panthers on one sole reason. This is Trubisky's third NFL start. I just got to take Carolina just because, Cam Newton's got experience. But, I mean, Carolina's got to run the ball as well as Pat. They got to have good balance in order to win this game.
Yeah, Julius Peppers is coming back, so...
Yeah.
Coming back to Chicago, that should be interesting.
Tennessee Titans and Cleveland Browns. This is one of those tempting ones.
Yeah.
Because the Titans can be really good, like we saw... What was it, Monday night?
Yep.
Or was it Sunday night?
Yep, didn't see that
I don't know. It's either one.
Didn't see that one coming.
And they blew the Colts out. I mean,
Yep.
We both picked the Colts, and...
Shouldn't have done that one.
It's weird. But I have to take Tennessee just because Cleveland's winless. And
Yep.
I don't think they have quite found their rhythm yet.
No. Hugh Jackson's going to find himself getting fired soon.
Well, I mean, I think he's a good coach. Like, to be fair, they've been way closer this year in games than they have been, like, in previous years.
Hey, close is not a win, man. Close. Just ask the Falcons.
Yeah.
It's not a win. 28-3,
Okay.
baby. 28-3.
I gotta take the Titans. Now, New Orleans and Green Bay. This is a tough one, but I have to take New Orleans. In previous shows, you've been saying that Drew Brees has been starting to show his age. And I have to completely disagree with that. Drew Brees has been lighting it up. I mean, he's been throwing for 500 yards.
That's what I was talking about.
But he's throwing for 300 like every game or high 200s.
So
I mean, that's fun. I mean, in the Lions New Orleans game last week, they put up a total of 90 combined points. That's a lot.
The Breeze I was used to is throwing 500 yards a game, and they're still managing to lose. That's the Breeze I'm used to, not the 300. I'm saying he's not going to fall off the cliff. Max Kellerman says people he will, but I'm saying he's kind of not. Well, he's not at his peak anymore.
Okay. All right.
That's what I was saying.
guess that's fair. He's still good.
Yeah,
He's still
I didn't say
elite.
he was bad.
Okay.
I didn't say he was a scrub on the street. I just said the Drew Brees that we know and love may not look like the Drew Brees we know and love, or I don't love.
He's still better than Cam Newton.
Not running the football.
Fair point. Jacksonville Jaguars and Indianapolis Colts. I gotta take Jacksonville. I mean, they just keep on rolling. Indianapolis. As you know, I've been a Colts fan for a while. I haven't been like a diehard recently, but you know, I still follow. I mean, I like the Colts, and they gotta get this Marlon Mack kid some carries. Frank Gore's just not running like he used to anymore.
Do you know how old he is, though?
Yeah, I know.
He's very old.
What I'm saying is still true. He hasn't been running this ball as the same. So I think they really got to get this. They got to establish a running game if they really want to try and win games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Jacksonville's done. Because when Jacksonville runs the ball well, Blake Bortles can get off a play action and throw for 17 yards every once in a while and pick up the chains or move the chains, you know, pick up the first down. So I got to take the Jaguars on that one.
Leonard Fournette is he's a great player.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Arizona Cardinals and LA Rams. I got to take the Cardinals. For some reason, they've been surprisingly good this year. People are like, oh, they lost David Johnson. They're terrible. Newsflash, David Johnson is terrible. He's not terrible. Let me rephrase that. He's good, but he's not fantastic.
I want to keep that out.
I mean, honestly, Adrian Peterson stepped in last week and got 173 yards or 134 yards. I don't know what it was.
There's a huge difference.
And 2 TDs.
He did look tight. I was watching one of his touchdowns.
Yeah.
His legs weren't getting high. His muscles were kind of like... They didn't look explosive.
I know, but doesn't that tell you that, you know, people can, like... If you can just pick up a running back and put him in the system and boom, he'll rush for...
Cardinals have the most... their fans jump on a dime to anything. Just like the Vikings.
But I got to take the Cardinals because they've been surprisingly good. And LA Rams have kind of... They really were really good at the start of the season.
Yeah.
They were phenomenal. They've kind of dropped off. They've kind of fallen back to earth in terms of, you know, how good they are. I mean, they're not putting up 45 points a game anymore.
Hey, they're not playing the 49ers, though.
Whatever. New York Jets and Miami Dolphins. My word, are these two teams a mess. The only reason I would take Miami is if Jay Ajayi runs over 100 yards. That is the only reason. But I can't take it because the Jets' run defense is pretty good. And Jay Cutler can't throw to save his life. I don't know why the Dolphins signed him because, I honestly thank you because now I don't have to listen to him in the broadcast booth for another year.
I've listened to him in interviews. He's pretty intelligent.
I don't doubt that he's not intelligent, but he doesn't have the wow factor, like we said in previous.
He's got a great arm, though. That's his wow factor. What? He does. He can just... He's in the Vanderbilt Hall of Fame. He can throw the ball better than most people can throw it deep.
That's in college.
No, it's also... Vanderbilt's in college, obviously. It's in the SEC. But his deep ball in the NFL is better than most people's in the NFL right now.
Oh, I have not seen any deep balls this year.
Do you really see Jarvis Landry going deep and getting open? I don't.
Don't they have Kenny Stills, too? But
I don't
we all
really
know
see...
what happens when Kenny
Stills goes deep
deep
against Seattle. We all know. It's an Adam Gase issue.
But even still, he can't complete 2-yard completions.
They're not getting open.
So sometimes they are. Sometimes it's
an absolute mess.
Throws. It's. I gotta take the Jets just because J.J.'s only rushed for 100 yards twice this season out of the 6. So I gotta take the Jets on that one. Baltimore, Minnesota. I gotta take Minnesota. Joe Flacco's just underwhelming. They have no run game. It's just terrible for Baltimore. Dallas and San Francisco. I'm taking the Cowboys in what will be a closer match than people think. I really think Dallas is going to win by no more than 7 points.
Okay. I thought it's going to be closer than that, but...
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, they won't win more than 7 points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that. Cincinnati Bengals in Pittsburgh. I got to take my boys down in Pittsburgh. Or up in Pittsburgh. I don't know what you would say.
Geography-wise? Yeah, they'd be down east.
Over in Pittsburgh.
Okay, better.
Over in Pittsburgh. I picked them to win against the Chiefs last week. Obviously, because I know what's up. And
well, if Kansas City put a better defense in the game, I'm saying,
hey, whoa.
he needs to go. The defensive coordinator in Kansas City needs to go.
Just you do you. But I'm saying Pittsburgh's going to beat the Bengals because the Bengals are nothing more than A.J. Green.
And, well, Jeremy Hill. But...
No, Jeremy Hill is terrible. Start Giovanni Bernard and Joe Mixon. Not Jeremy Hill. Denver Broncos and LA Chargers. I got to agree with you and take the Chargers on this one. Melvin Gordon, I've been facing him almost every week in fantasy, and it hurts because he gets like 28 points every single week. And because he's getting over 100 yards total and 2 TDs. I mean, I don't know how LA's still like losing, but I think Melvin Gordon's doing really well, and I think they can just beat the falling Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos go from stuffing Marshawn Lynch, Ezekiel Elliott, and Melvin Gordon to less than 50 yards. And then, who did they let go over 100 yards? Oh, yeah, the Giants running back.
Orange Darkwa?
Orange Darkwa goes for over 100 yards. What is going
First
on
off,
in this
how do
league?
you lose to the Giants with their starting receivers from Bowling Green? How does that happen?
Their wide receivers 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all out, and they're starting their 5, 6,
how
7.
do you let Evan Ingram get that open? It's just not hard. I
But
don't know.
my issue is they blow up Ezekiel Elliott and Marshawn Lynch and Melvin Gordon within 3 consecutive weeks, and then we'll just Orange Darkwa or something go off for 100 yards.
Okay, first off, Simeon was so bad in that game. It was painful.
I'm gonna continue because
Okay, go on.
Seattle and New York Giants. Honestly, I don't think the Giants can pull off another weird win like they did against Denver. I'm gonna take Seattle, even though Seattle has been really underwhelming, and I really don't like picking them a bunch.
Yeah, I think
because honestly, their offense is almost weak.
that's an understatement.
It's just whatever. I think the Seahawks are still gonna take it, but Atlanta and New England. I like your point about the Kyle Shanahan thing, but the Patriots defense has been one of the worst defenses ever in NFL history.
It is the worst statistically.
So I'm going to take Atlanta.
Can you say that again for the viewers?
I am picking the Atlanta Falcons.
Mr. 28-3.
I am.
28-3.
Yeah, because the New England doesn't have the same defense anymore.
They have
Tom Brady doesn't have the same comeback ability. They almost lost to the Jets last week.
Hey,
you got to consider that.
Okay, that's a rivalry, and Todd Bowles doesn't get enough credit for what he's doing in New York.
Bull crap. They should have blown the Jets out of the water.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it the Patriots.
I'm taking Atlanta. Washington and Philly.
They're at home,
Philly. No question. Washington is just a mess. I don't care what you like that. I don't like that. I don't like Kirk Cousins. I think he is at best a backup quarterback. I don't like him.
What don't you like about him?
I don't like how he, how do I say this? He's really playing individually. I really don't like that.
What do you want? Do you want him just to say, I deserve to get paid less money so I can go sign for a team? I mean, if you deserve some money, go get it.
Whatever. We talked about this in one of our episodes.
Okay, we'll save it. I'll write that down for next episode.
Okay, sounds good. Also, if you have any suggestions, email us or hit us up on social media. Anyway, I'll continue. Miami Dolphins and Baltimore Ravens. What is the NFL doing? This Thursday night thing is a waste of money and a waste of time. Except for the Raiders-Chiefs game. That was a great game. But, I don't remember who you picked. But I'm taking Miami. Do you have an issue with that, sir?
It's Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler.
Hold on a second. Literally 5 minutes ago, you were saying how good Jay Cutler is.
I'm saying he's got a good arm. I'm not saying I like him against that Ravens defense. I'm saying he can.
The
throw a
Ravens' defense that allowed 44 points against the Jaguars.
Hey, the Jaguars are a really good team. We said the Jaguars are going to be good.
I understand that.
And then you say they're the Jaguars. You say they're going to be good, and then you say they're the Jaguars. You can't pick the percent. You can't jump back and forth.
No, but I haven't seen the Ravens' defense. I don't care. The first 3 games, they faced, the Browns and 2 other stinker teams, whatever. You can't say their defense is good when they haven't faced a real team yet. I mean, Miami's not a real team either. But,
See, that's what I'm saying.
But the only reason I'm picking Miami is if Jay Ajayi can go over 100 yards, they've got the game wrapped up. Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Joe
Cool.
I was thinking of someone else, but Joe Flacco is terrible. He's not good. I don't understand why they signed him and locked him up with a huge
He's got
contract.
one of these, Nathan.
I understand he's got a ring, but he was facing Colin Kaepernick in the 49ers. So, I got to take Miami.
He was also facing the other Harbaugh who, Michigan is ranked, like what? In the top 25 of the college football in the country right now?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were a good team. So.
Say what you want. I'm taking Miami.
I will say what I want to. Otherwise, it would be a really boring show.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're right. College football. I mean, not college football. College football is great. But Thursday night games, if they don't improve, they should go. I love Thursday night football because I love the jerseys. I love them.
Well, and I love that, it's another night of football. That's great. I love that. But
I love games at 8:30.
But when you're putting gross, trash teams, you're losing money.
The Falcons and Patriots should be a Thursday night game.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Even though they are Sunday night. I kind of like them being on a Sunday night. But
Saints and Packers wouldn't be a bad Thursday night game.
No, that would not.
I don't know why they're allergic to prosperity in games. They're allergic to putting good teams on Thursday night football.
Yeah.
The Panthers and Eagles was a good game.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
They took it out. The Raiders and Chiefs, man.
That was a good game.
Andy Reid's got to be livid.
And he's a good coach.
He's like the 3rd best coach in the league.
Who behind who? Belichick and
Carroll.
I would put Andy Reid over Pete Carroll, but that's a discussion for another day.
Well, Pete Carroll's got a Super Bowl ring. Andy Reid does not.
That is very true. Yeah, that's very true.
And you have to talk about
Anyway,
we're done with talking about coaches.
So this wraps up our week 7 podcast. I honestly, I don't know what you guys think, but the weekly videos have been working out pretty well. For us, it's not too much. It's
don't ask.
Honestly, we maybe could do 2.
Whoa! Don't put that in.
Well, we're not. But I'm not saying full length. This is full length where we do 30, 40 minutes. But I'm saying, maybe Ben could record his thoughts on, the Thursday night game, and we can submit a 5-minute rant on the channel. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
We need to talk about that Raiders defense real quick.
No, we're not doing it right now.
No, I'm just saying I got some. Every time, everyone's got those Andy Dalton rants they need to get out.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. Our views went down from last week, which is kind of weird.
It's weird. But
we went down. We were at 55 for one of them, and then we went down to 16. I don't know if it was because it was we actually had face cam, but I don't know. It was whatever. Anyway. Please recommend this. We really do appreciate it.
Spread the word. Spread the channel.
We've been working. I mean, you don't want to force it on people. But, when it comes up in conversation, you're talking about football, and then you're like, hey, I know a podcast.
Podcast with some interesting teenagers.
Yeah, anyway. So, hope you enjoy your Week 7 in the NFL.